بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Can you guys see? Okay. So last time we did plurals. We did plurals, right? And there were three different types of plurals that we did. Open up the whiteboard here. What were the three different types of plurals? What were the three types of plurals? Anyone remember? The one for masculine, which is sound. The one for feminine, that is sound. And what's the last one? Jam at-taksir, broken plural. Okay? So really quickly, just as a review, Jam Mudhakkar Salim, the masculine sound plural, is when you have wow noon at the end. So like you have Muslim, the word Muslimun, and you add wow noon at the end, it turns into Muslimuna. And you have the word Muslimatun, and you add alif ta at the end, then it turns into Muslimatun. That's how you make those words plural. And then those are the few. The majority of the words will fall into jam' at-taksir, which is a broken plural, which is that there are many different awzan that I mentioned. There wasn't. So different templates of the word that they can fit into how they look. It's not just a one rule fits all. So one of the ones I mentioned were waladun. Waladun as a plural turns into awladun. Awladun. But rajulun doesn't turn into arjal, it turns into rijal. Rijal. Okay? So that was plural. And now very quickly, oh, actually there's one more thing that we did, and that was in the different states, the words come in different ways, right? How do you have to memorize the vocabulary? How do you know? The question is, how do you know if a word is a broken plural? You memorize the vocabulary. So we know how to identify an ism, okay? And when you memorize a word, in Arabic, you memorize the word as it's singular and it's plural, okay? Which is actually something we'll see in one of the chapters that we're going to cover today, okay? The way that this is how it's presented. This is so that you know to memorize them. Some words you just have to memorize them. There's no way to know exactly that this is why it is this type of plural. Make sense? Okay. So then the last thing that we did is in different form, in different states, the word looks different. So as a rafa, you keep the wow in muslimuna. It's the muslimuna, right? But when it's nasab or jar, meaning mansub or majroor, then what do you do? Muslimina. Muslimina. Okay. Then for the other one, which is like muslimat, it's muslimatun or muslimatin. So muslimatun if it's marfu' or muslimatin if it's either mansub or majroor. But you never have muslimatan. Muslimatan. You never have that. All right. So that was what we did last week. Today, really quickly before we start the reading, I'll cover the next part. Dual. Dual, meaning two. So you have a word like Muslimun, and you want to talk about two Muslims. You add alif, noon at the end. Ani. Okay? So that turns into muslimani. 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 Okay? And this is when it is marfu'. Does anyone want to take a guess what you do when it's mansub or majroor? Very good. Muslimaini. Okay? Muslimaini. Mansub or majroor. Okay? Now, that one is pretty straightforward. It's just adding alif noon or ya noon at the end. Now I'm going to write two words for you. Okay. Read these two words. What's the difference between these two words? You see it? There. Is that better? Yeah. Okay. What's the difference between these two words other than my bad handwriting? So haraka on the second meme. Oh, that's for you to tell me. Is there anything visibly? Is there anything different here? They both look exactly the same, right? Yeah. Okay. This first one is going to be Muslimaini. Second one is going to be Muslimina. What does Muslimaini mean? Two Muslims. What does Muslimina mean? Muslims, plural. Very good. All right. Now tell me what's the difference between these? How do you tell? You can't tell. Can you tell? No. So if you're reading something, how do you know if it's talking about two or more Muslims? Very good. Context. Context is going to tell you if it's talking about two or more. Make sense? Okay. Now let's go to all right. So we're going to start off with chapter 12. Okay. And we're just going to do the readings because I want to go through a few different chapters today. All of this is going to be practice for the lessons that we have already learned. Okay. And if there's any additional lesson here, then I will tell you myself. Okay. So, الدرس الثاني عشرة, the 12th lesson. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. We know what those means? What those words mean? Assalamu alayk. Oh, sorry, this is Assalamu alayki, right? Peace, may the peace be upon you. Okay. Why does it say ki here, not kum? Why does it say ki, not kum? Because it's a damir. Who are you talking to if you say ki?
You.
You
You.
who? You who?
Female.
You that yeah. But specifically, tell me specifically. Tell me how many people, what gender, a male? Any other guesses? Assalamu alayki. Female? Female. So anta gives you ka, but anti gives you ki. Okay? Assalamu alayki wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Wa alayki salam. So you repeat the same way. It's two women that are talking to one another. Wa alayki salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. كيف حالك يا بنت. كيف means how, and حالك, hal means uh, a literal translation is your state. Okay, but technically, like the proper translation would be, how are you doing? How are you doing? Ya bint. What does ya bint mean? Oh daughter. Very good. Oh daughter. So this can mean one of two things: either oh daughter, or oh girl. It also just mean girl. Ana bi khayrin walhamdulillah. When you have this word be here, this is how you tell someone what how you're doing. Ana bi khayrin. I am doing good. Bi khayrin. Bi is another harf jar. Okay. Min aina anti. Where are you from? Anti is for singular what? Singular female. Good. Singular female. Ana min al-Riyadi. I am from Riyadh. Masmuki. What is your name? Ismi Aminatu. My name is Amina. Aina abuki. Where is your father? What does this word abuki, what does it tell you about? What does it tell you? What state is this word in? Majurur? Mm-mm. Remember we talked about this quickly last week? The wow is like the dhamma, the alif is like the fatha, and the ya is like the kasra. Abu, abuki, abaki, and abiki. So which one would this be? The wow is like a dhamma, so therefore this is مرفوع. Good job. مرفوع. أبي هنا في المدينة المنورة. في المدينة المنورة. My father is here in مدينة منورة. هو موجه في المدرسة الثانوية. He is, I think, the director in the secondary school. What we said this is? High school. Okay. وأين أمك? And where is your mother? هي أيضا هنا. She is also here. هي طبيبة في المستشفى الولادة. مستشفى الولادة is maternity hospital. That means where kids are born. ومن هذه الفتاة التي معك؟ أهي أختك. فتاة means what? Guess what that word means. Previously, we heard about another word that meant فهن. فتن ما? Young boy. What does fatatu mean then? Very good. What tells you that? مربوطة. Very good. ومن هذه الفتاة التي معك? All right. Now, you have this word التي. What does التي mean? We covered before this word الذي. الذي means that or which. التي is the female version of that, feminine version. Is the feminine version of that word. Who is this and who is this young girl that is with you? معك, with you. أهي أختك? Is she your? Is she your? What's أخت? Sister. Very good. Is she your sister? لا هي بنت عمي. No. لا. No, she is. Bint means what? Daughter of my uncle. My uncle. Ammi specifically is your dad's brother. Dad's brother. So she is the daughter of my dad's brother, meaning cousin. Masmuha, what's her name? Ismuha Fatima tu. Her name is Fatima. Is it Fatima tu or Fatima tun? Why? Very good. Female names do not have don't have tanween. Very good. هي زميلتك. زميلتك. So the first word that we learned here was zamil. Okay? Zamil. Zamil means what? Classmate. This then turned into zamilatun. Zami zamilatun because it's a female classmate. And then zamila tuki. Zami la tuki because you're adding the lamir at the end. Okay? And that means, is she your classmate. Classmate. All right. لا أنا في المدرسة المتوسطة وهي في المدرسة الثانوية. لا means no. أنا في المدرسة المتوسطة. I am in middle school. وهي and she is in, what does this mean? High school. المدرسة الثانوية. ألك أخت. What does this mean? Mhm. What does it mean? ألك أخت. Someone asked, so we've been saying Assalamu alaikum wrong? No. Assalamu alaikum is the normal way to say it. It is perfectly fine to say Assalamu alaikum to even one person, but kum is the addition is the lamir that you attach to antum. So all of you. So this is assalam to all of you. But you are allowed to say that to one person as well. And there's more than more than enough hadith and even some ayat that show salamun alaykum is the proper way to say it. However, when you're just addressing one person, you also have the option of just saying whatever dhamir is appropriate for that person. So if you're speaking to one person, you can one man, you can say assalamu alayka. Or if you're speaking with one woman, you're allowed to say assalamu alayki. But the normal way is um assalamu alaykum. You have angels, mashallah. So what does it mean? Allaki ukhtun. What's that mean? Let's break that down. Ukht means, what does ukht mean? Good. Do you have a sister? Ukht means sister, ukhtun, right? And lucky means, do you have? Means do. Then lucky, you have. Okay? La ma li ukhtun. No. What is the purpose of this ma? So very good. To negate to negate what was asked. Oh, so close. All right. Alaki akhun. Now, what does that mean? That's a lot easier now that we did the first one. Oh, sorry, the translation. La ma li ukhtun. No, I do not have a sister. Then alaki akhun means, do you have a brother? Very good. Naam. Li akhun kabirun. وهو طالب بالجامعة. Naam means yes. I do have a akhun kabirun. What does kabirun mean here? Big. So what does that mean? Older brother. I have an older brother. وهو طالب بالجامعة. What does that mean? And he is a student. We know what al-jami'a is, right? What does it mean? University. Good. So what does the ba mean here? In university. College. Okay. وَمَنْ هَذَا الطِّفْلُ الَّذِي مَعَكِ. And who is this? What is طفل? Baby. And who is this baby? That is with you. هو ابن أخي. هو ابن أخي. What does that mean? ابن أخي. Ibn means what? Hmm? Son. Good. Akhi means son of my brother. Very good. Son of my brother. Masmuhu. What is his name? Ismuhu Sa'adun. His name is Sa'ad. A ummuki fil baytil ana. Here is what? It's a question. Is your, what is Mother. Is your mother in the house? What is al-an? Right now. لا ذهبت إلى المستشفى. What does ذهب mean? Good. She went. She went. This ta, the ta with the sukun on top is for is for here. So past and past tense. She went. Someone said, what does the double alif mean? What does the double alif in the second to last one mean? The first one is a question. Very good. The first alif here is called Hamzatul Istifham, the Hamza of questioning. So it turns the sentence into a question. The second alif is a part of the actual word And then the kaf all the way at the end is a dhamir pronoun, meaning you, yours. So so that first Hamza, alif, will mean is. Then you use a kaf for the dhamir, your, then the word in the middle, mother. Is your mother in the house now? Okay. So that was chapter 12, talking about female names and dhamirs. Um, this number 3 over here has you practicing the difference in verbs. So here are a few words. Faraja means he left. Dhahaba, he went. Jalasa, he sat. The feminine versions would be dhahabat and jalasat and kharajat. Make sense? Now, this part is very important, especially for the Quran. Okay? You have something, this is a rule, it's called iltiqa as-sakinain. What does sakinain mean? The two sakins, meaning the two words that have sukun. Iltiqa as-sakinain, the meaning of the two sukuns. So when you see here, you see the word jalasat has a sukun on top, and then this lam, at-talibatu. Okay? This ta right here has okay, let me quickly cover this so that it makes sense. Whenever you see a shadda, what it actually means is that there's two of the same letter in that place. Okay? So technically the way you would write taliba is like this. Ta. So this first ta would have a sukoon, and then the second one would have a fatha, and then the rest of the word. Up. So you say up, up, then ta. Up, ta, libatu. Okay? So when you have this first sukoon, you're technically, when you have a shadda after it, you're meaning with this first sukoon. That's the meaning of the two sukoons. So what do you do when you have a verb that says jalasat? You put a kasra on the ta, like over here. Jalasat talibatu. Okay? You're going to see this a lot in the Quran, in different ways that it'll come. Um, a lot of the times it's with the word hum or kum. When you have a meme that has a sukoon, then that will change into a meme with a dhamma. Humu. Oh, and we covered this before actually, I think, right? I told you about min, and then you have al yaban after that. So you don't say min al yaban, you say minal yaban. Remember that? So you have hum, and hum will turn into humu. You'll see that in the Quran. But one of the biggest ones is uh is in the Quran when you have a when you have tanween. Okay? So here's the one that I usually show people. Okay. Anyone want to try saying these words? فانطلقا حتى إذا أتيا أهل قرية. You see how this has a tanween? If it has a tanween, then that means that there's a hidden noon in there. Okay, that's what tanween means. That there's a hidden noon. Okay, so when you say qaryatin, qaryatin, what's the last letter that you hear? Qaryatin, what's the last letter? Noon. So in Arabic, you have to give every letter its right. So if you hear that noon, qaryatin, that means that when it's being combined, you still have to come up with that noon somehow. Okay. The next word is istata'ama. Okay. So that first letter, in this case, the scene has a sukoon on it. This qarya has a noon that has a sukoon on it at the end. Qaryatin, not qaryatinu or na or ni. Qaryatin. So the noon has a sukoon on it, right? How do you do iltiqa sakin in here? Hmm? Yes, very good. Qaryati nis. You take the noon and you put a kasra on the noon sound. Qaryati nistata'ama. Qaryati nistata'ama. A lot of people will read it as qaryatis but that's wrong because you're omitting a letter. Qaryati nistata'ama. Sense? That will come in the Quran many times. Depending on which mushaf you're reading out of. If you read out of the what is it called? If you read out of the Desi version, the Indo-Pak version, they actually put the noon there. So it's a lot easier. But out of the Uthmani Mus'haf, then they don't put it there. They'll have the tanween, but the tanween won't be equal. they'll be a little bit off. And then other than that, you just have to kind of know. Okay, let's do this. Excuse me, al-kalimatul jadida, the new words. Now what they're doing here is that they're breaking down, they're giving you words and then they're giving you this definition in Arabic. Al-ammu means akhul ab. Akhul ab. Am, uncle, means the father of the brother. Sorry, the brother of the father. Al-ammatu, feminine, means ukhtul abi, the sister of the father. Al-khalu is akhul ummi, the brother of the mother. And al-khalatu is ukhtul ummi, the sister of the mother. Al-fallah, bottom, farmer. And mustashfa al-wilada, this is مضاف مضاف إليه. مستشفى الولادة is maternity hospital. Okay, let's do 13 now. The 13 is more about, so 12 was about female, feminine, and now this is about plurals. من هؤلاء الفتية الطوال يا علي. Break it down real quick. Fitya. What does fitya mean? We covered two words so far, fatan and fatatu. Now here's the third word, fityatu. Fityatu means a group of young what? Of young what? If I'm telling you fatan means what? Young boy. Fatatun means what? Young girl. Huh? So fityatu means a group of young boys. A group of young boys. Yeah, I asked it specifically like that just to throw you off. Yeah, no. So this is where some of the things that you learn are going to be changed just a little bit. Why is it like this? The Arabs chose this word. That's why it is that way. Fityatu is a group of young boys. We'll see in the second version of this, the female version, the group of young girls is fatayatu with alif ta at the end. Okay. الطوال. What does طوال mean? You know a word that's similar to that. Hmm? Tall. Very good. طوال is the plural of طويل. The plural of tall. So tall. الفتية الطوال means tall young boys. Okay. يا علي. Oh Ali. هم طلاب. We know طلاب. What's طلاب mean? The plural of students. Sorry. Plural of طالب. جدد. What does judud mean? Anyone? Judud? New. Good. New students. It is a plural of jadid. Plural of jadid. Min aina hum. Where are they from? Whom means they. Whom mean America. They are from America. Ahum zumalauka. What does this mean? Ahum. Are they your zumala? What does zumala mean? Classmates. Plural. Very good. Classmates. Plural. It's a plural of zamil. Naam. Hum zumalai. Yes, they are my classmates. Hum fi fasli. They are in my class. Ahum mujtahiduna. What kind of plural is this? Is this sound or not? Sound or broken? Okay. Do it after that adhan. Adhan.
الله أكبر الله.
Sorry about that. I said mujtahiduna is a sound masculine plural. You just add the waw noon at the end. Now ma asma'uhum, asma is um plural of name. So what are their names? He says asma'uhum, their names are Yasir wa Zakariya wa Musa wa Abdullahi. Yasirun wa Zakariya wa Musa wa Abdullahi. Right? These are four names, and they all look a little bit different. But we're going to cover that in the last lesson, why they look different and what that means. وَمَنْ هَؤُلَاءِ الرِّجَالُ الْقِصَارُ. هؤلاء is the next part, along with ulaika that we did up there in that table that we did all the way at the beginning. So هذا and هذه. Then you have ذلك and تلك. Those are all for non, most of them are for non-aql, right? When you have a group of people and you're doing ism al-ishara, if they're close by, you use this word, هؤلاء. That means these. And ulaika means, هؤلاء means these. Ulaika means those. Very good. وَمَنْ هَؤُلَاء, and who are these? الرِّجَال. Rijal is the plural of what word? Good, men. رجل. قصار, the opposite of طويل, is قصير, which means طويل means what? Tall. قصير means short. قصار is the plural of قصير. So who are these short men? Whom? حجاج. Hujjaj is a plural of the word Hajj. Hajj means someone that is going for Hajj. Hujjaj are those who are going for Hajj. Min aina hum. Where are they from? بعضهم من الصين وبعضهم من اليابان. This word بعض بعض means some. So some of them are from where? China, and some of them are from
Japan.
Japan. Very good. أين موسى وأصدقاؤه? Where is Musa and his أصدقاء? أصدقاء means is the plural of صديق. Sadiq means friend. Where is Musa and his friends? ذهبوا إلى المطعم. They went to the restaurant. Wow. Okay. What does ذهبوا mean? What does ذهبوا mean?
Went. They went.
They went. So when you add you have dhahaba, good. You have dhahaba, and then you
They
add the waw alif,
were Jahab.
that is for whom in the past tense. Dhahabu, they went. So dhahaba, he went.
They
Dhahabat,
went.
she went.
They
Dhahabta, you masculine went. Dhahabti, you feminine went. And dhahabu means they went. Sense? Okay. So if you look at exercises 1, I recommend that you do this just so you can learn what the plurals of the words are. They'll give you the word on the right side, talib, and it's on the plural, and it's plural on the left side. Okay, so talib, ullab, tajir, tujjar, hajj, hujjaj, rajul,
were
rijal,
Jahab.
kabirun,
Kubba.
kibarun. Okay, so
Sagir Sigarun.
you can try this so that you can learn how to make the plurals and what they mean. But you'll see what I mean
These are
by
the broken, right?
there's no rule, there's no easy rule. Ullab, Hujjar, Hujjaj. These three they all sound alike, right? Then you have Rijal, Kibar, Sigar, Kisar, and Tiwal. All of these sound similar. Then Awlad, Abna, A'mam. These all sound similar. Then Shuyukh, Duyuf. These two sound similar. Then زملاء, فقراء, أغنياء, أصدقاء, أطباء. These 5 sound similar. Then فتية, إخوة. These 2 sound similar. Then جدد. This one is different than the rest. And then the rest of them are masculine sound plurals, or sound masculine plurals. You just add the waw noon at the end. مدرسون, مهندسون, فلاحون, مجتهدون, and مسلمون. So there are different ways of getting that plural, but if you just had that one word, then you wouldn't just be able to figure out by yourself what that plural is. It's something you have to memorize. Make sense? Okay. And then we'll just do this one. This is the feminine version of plurals. Man haula. You still use the same word haula for masculine or feminine. But this is that word that I was talking about earlier. Fatayat. Fatayat is group of young women.
Young girls.
Sorry, girls.
Group of young girls.
Group of young girls. Ya Maryam. Who are these young girls? Oh, Maryam. Hunna. So hunna is the same thing as hum, but for feminine. Group of females would say, you would say hunna zamilati. Okay, why is it zamilati? The original word is zamil, then you turn it feminine singular, zamilatun, and then you add the alif ta because it sounds feminine, plural. Zamilat. And then why do you add the ya at the end? For me,
Yeah,
for
कहाँ
me,
पढ़ाता
mine.
है तू?
So they are my female classmates, plural. Akhawatun, are they sisters? Is a question. Then akhawat, sisters. Akhawat is a plural of ukht. Ukht. Hunna, are they sisters? Meaning, though they amongst themselves, are they all sisters? Naam, hunna akhawatun. Yes, they are sisters. Man abuhunna. Now, when you add the hunna at the end of a word, it means their. Their. Who is their father? Man abu hunna. Who is their father? Abu Hunna, their father, is Ash-Shaykhu Bilalun. Is Sheikh Bilal. Ummuhunna, الأستاذة. Their mother, أمهن, their mother is my teacher. Okay, or more specifically, my female teacher. أين بيتهن? أين
Baby.
بيتهن? Where is their house? بيتهن قريب من المدرسة. Their house is close to the school. قريب means close. And then you would say min al-madrasa because you're comparing. It's close from the school, but in English you would say close to the school. Okay? So that is the female. And then you'll see the words are very similar here too. Okay? So you have bint, and the plural of bint is banat. Then the next are going to be sound feminine plural. Okay, so you have mudarrisatun, and you add the alif ta at the end, it becomes mudarrisatun. Taliba, talibatun. Tabibatun turns into tabibatun. Muslimatun turns into muslimatun.
Son. George.
Zawjatun turns
George.
into zawjatun.
Hazel.
Now you have
أختن.
different types.
أختن.
Ukhtun turns into
أخوات.
akhawatun. Okay, so this is still a bit different than the original way, but it's still kept in the same form. Now you have fatatun,
أخوات.
right? This is the word that we covered before, young girl. And its plural is fatayatun. You add a ya into there. Okay? You add a ya into the fatayatun. Jadidatun turns into
دبدو.
jududun. Jududun. Okay, when you're talking about something with an aqal, you say jududun. Now these last three are jam' taksir. Okay, broken plurals. And broken plurals don't have masculine and feminine. So it's the same for masculine and for feminine. Kabiratun still turns into kibar, just like masculine. Saghiratun still turns into sigar, and tawilatun still turns into tiwal. Okay? And there are examples like number 2 here. You can read these to get a better understanding uh, of uh, of the words. So here is the table that we have to kind of just memorize. هذا طالب, one, but when you have the plural of it, you say هؤلاء طلاب. Okay, هذه طالبة turns still is هؤلاء طالبات. Okay. Then we'll continue off with Jim on Monday, inshallah. هذا وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا.